Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about something that I would highly recommend that you use a touch of in all of your marketing. If you're here live with us, it's probably Friday. Thanks for joining. If you're on the replay, please like, comment, and subscribe. I always like to hear from you, and then you'll hear from me whenever we have a video that goes live. And if you're on Instagram, double heart, give me the love. So what is it that I highly recommend? Authenticity. I really thought about what attracts me to people that I'm attracted to online. Like, who do I like in terms of what they're saying, how they're saying it, and who do I really follow when something comes out, something new comes out, and it's all about this quality of being authentic. Every single person that I follow online has authenticity as one of the main things that I notice about them almost immediately. Actually, it's not something that is noticeable. It's something that is present, and then you're kind of like, what is it about this person? And it's like, oh yeah, they're authentic. And you can tell, correct me if I'm wrong or agree with me, say yes in the chat box. If you're watching on the replay, say agree, that you can tell when somebody is authentic and when they're not being authentic. I believe if you're like even a slightly good judge of character, you can really sense this from somebody. So the definition of authentic is made or done the same way as an original, not false or imitation, real. So only you can be you. I actually see people online all the time and I'm like, that quality reminds me of somebody else, or what they say reminds me of somebody else. And that just means that they're a copycat. They're not real. I was on a coaching call the other day and I was helping somebody, produce a product, and felt like this person was hiding, or I didn't really hear her voice. Even when she was explaining the product to me, I didn't hear her talk about, these are the things that I'm excited to share. And I didn't really hear her speak about it. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to start doing in order to kind of find this quality within you, because we all have it and we might not bring it to the surface at first. I remember I used to be terrified of video. I would never be able to do a video like this. And it wasn't that I wasn't authentic, I just didn't have that voice yet. And when you start to not hide, when you start to find your voice, when you start to speak up, then you find it. It's really, really magical when it happens and you find your own little things that make you you and that make people attracted to you. Let's talk about some of the ways that you can be authentic, or some of the ways that you can put this into practice. And then I'm going to share something with you. So number one, you want to share stories, okay? Be vulnerable. Share your background, share your history, share what happened yesterday at the supermarket, do things like that, because then people will get a sense of who you are. Share your opinions and how you feel. You don't necessarily in marketing have to share, your deep thoughts about anything that might be controversial. You might want to stay away from that, or you might not. Whatever, it depends on what you're doing. How you feel about something, that's perfectly fine. That'll get people to get a sense of who you are. What's going on in the background? Perfect example. My friend's dog who I watch barks. You've heard her bark. She barks during my webinars. I say, hey, I'm here. This is real. I've got 3 dogs. One of them won't shut up. And that's what's going on right now. So hopefully you'll laugh with me, or just don't ignore it. Don't pay attention. This is what I don't want you to do. Don't think you have nothing to share. You might have a hard time coming up with things that show how authentic you are. Funny, because I was listening to Leslie Jones' interview on the Howard Stern show. She is a comedian. She was on SNL, and now she has a stand-up on Netflix, which I highly recommend. It is really, really funny. But she said that in the beginning, she knew that she was funny, but she was in some situations and people gave her a shot to do some comedy and she completely bombed. Somebody had told her to go ahead and just go and live your life, right? Get some experiences, get into trouble, go out on a Friday and a Saturday night and document what happens to you along the way. And this is what she did, right? And she had her own experiences. She had real life happen to her. And this is what brings out authentic stories and opinions and what's going on and everything that I talked about today because of the experiences that you have. And don't think that your experiences don't matter. And these are the experiences that you have to kind of be like, step back and be like, oh, what's really, really happening here? And how can I use this as an example? How can I share this with the world? How can I make this a part of me and relate it to you or relate it to the audience that you have? My favorite place, and I would highly, highly recommend it to you, the best place right now that you can put this into practice right now, it's on Instagram. And the people who are really, really killing it are the ones that are being authentic. They're being themselves. They're showing vulnerabilities. They're showing behind the scenes. They're showing things that make them unique as opposed to, salesy or click this link or whatever goes on like Facebook advertising. It's completely different. And the people who are really gaining followers, who are really having interaction, are the people who are doing this exactly right. It's another reason why I came up with this topic, because this week we actually did a workshop on Instagram, the best workshop I've ever seen somebody talk about on Instagram, and actually through her following doing exactly what I'm talking about here. And that's at debdrum.com/Instagram new. If you want to check that out, I highly, highly recommend it. Not only does Carla, my friend Carla, she makes it very, very easy for anyone to do this, but with the stuff that I talked about today, just keeping that authenticity factor in mind is what you could immediately put into place right now. It's like you don't have to learn any hard copywriting, no marketing, no nothing. It's just like, and I also talk about this a lot with like what I call author marketing versus book marketing, right? If you're an author, people are going to buy from you and check out your stuff because they like you, not necessarily because of, all the books that you have or whatever it is you're talking about. It's like, let me look at this person as the person first, and then I'll look at them, whatever it is that they have to offer. And then I'm going to see if you guys have any questions about this topic. Getting a lot of amen, sisters. Awesome. I like number 3. I forget what that was, if you remind me. Pam says, I never care about what's going on in the background. I figure no one cares about me either. You know what? That's a feeling that a lot of people have. I also feel like a lot of women feel like that too, but just who cares if they don't care? Make it relevant, make it part of you. I mean, don't carry on. So I'll talk about my barking dog, but I'm not going to sit here and like show you her for half an hour. I'm going to, bring her up here, say hello, and then go on with whatever I'm talking about, right? So make sure you have like a nice balance too, because then you don't want to chase people away, obviously. Carla talks about different ways that you can immediately find people where you can get on their radar, make connections with your target audience. She also has awesome info about stories that you can implement right away. Instagram is just another place where you can get traffic, make great connections, find followers, things like that. And it's the best marketplace or social media atmosphere where you can show that behind the scenes quality of you and your business, where people can have a different connection to you than maybe on, a different platform like Facebook or YouTube or your blog, because you're just showing another side of you. So that is it for today. I am going to hit the road. I got to go upstate this afternoon. Want to beat the traffic, so that's why we're a little bit earlier today. But I do urge you to go ahead and watch the replay of the Instagram training. Really, really good. You'll get a ton out of it, even if you don't purchase the offer. That is at debdrum.com/Instagram new. All right. I will see everyone on the next call. Bye-bye.